Hi coaches, today I'm going to be talking about leadership and the top qualities that you may want in a leader on your team, a coach on your team. So first of all, as you grow your Beachbody business as an Emerald coach, you have two coaches who have decided to follow you and join your team. And so you are now a leader. So you might not feel like a leader, but you actually are a leader of a team. You are starting to set the foundation of your business and really take those first steps as a leader. And I know firsthand it can seem really overwhelming because you might just be a brand new coach, haven't been doing it for very long, and thinking of yourself as a leader can be overwhelming. So my first tip in leadership is you really need to be working on your personal development. So make sure that you're reading books for things that you might be struggling with. So if you're struggling with consistency or struggling with leadership in general, pick up a great book to start. I think a great book to start with is a book by John C. Maxwell called The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. So that would be a place that you should start. So you're a leader of your coaches. So what does a leader look like? What does that look like as a Beachbody coach? Well, I think my best advice to give you is to treat your coaches like you used to treat your challengers. So you are not their boss. You are not their person to tell them what to do. They say a boss tells a person what to do and a leader says, join me. So you really want to be leading from the front. Well, what does that look like? Well, you need to be modeling the behaviors that you want your coaches to have. So if you want your coaches to be consistent, you need to be consistent. If you want your coaches to be hardworking, you need to be hardworking. If you want your coaches to be teachable and coachable, you need to be that quality as well. So the best way to be a leader is to really start with yourself and model the behaviors that you want your leaders to have. So today I'm going to be kind of talking about how to motivate your coaches and how to treat them and how often to check in with them, as well as at the end of the video we'll make a list of the top qualities that you want your coaches to have. So first of all, you have these people on your team and they may have joined as a discount coach. Some may have joined to build the business. And the first thing that you need to do from them is you need to ask them a lot of questions so you can really gauge where they are in their business so you know how best to help them. If they're just a discount coach, then really all you need to do is treat them as like you would a challenger. Check in on them, help them with their health and fitness goals, because that is what they're looking for. If there's somebody who is wanting to be a hobby coach, they kind of want to coach, but they don't want to, put all their heart and soul and energy into it, then, spoon feed them the information they need to have success, but don't overwhelm them with the expectations that they need to be a diamond coach or that they need to meet all these expectations that they're not ready for. And the last, if you have somebody who's a full steam business builder, you want to be giving them your time and attention so they can run with their business. So really the first step in leadership is asking your coaches a lot of questions. You can't help them unless you know where they want to go, and where they want to go might change in their coaching journey. So continue to ask the questions. If somebody goes quiet in your team page, reach out to them and ask them questions. Approach them as a friend first and really care about them as a person. It all seems really basic, but I think as coaches, especially when you become a diamond coach or higher, you might start to feel like you're this manager of all these people, but really you're not. You are the leader. And so your job is to make sure that they're taken care of, but it is not your job to hold their hand as they build their business. You are there to mentor them and give them the tools they need to grow their business themselves. Another thing is you need to speak their language. So speak to them in a way that they can relate to. And how do you know relate to them with what they're into? If they're a working mom, you can speak to them in a way that they can relate because they're busy and overwhelmed. If they're a stay-at-home mom, you can relate to them with things with their kids. If they're into sports or anything like that, you can relate to them and talk to them and bring that type up. You really need to speak their language. And the only way you can speak their language is if you've asked them a lot of questions. It kind of goes back to that first part and asking them a lot of questions and really getting to know them to the core so you can help them in the best way possible. As a leader, I think we often think that we're kind of up here and we don't need anybody's help. We've, fought our way to the top of this thing, but great leaders seek the advice of the people that work underneath them. We're humble and we ask for help and advice. So if things are quiet in your team page, ask your coaches, what's up? You know, what can I do? Do you have any suggestions? If you're running challenge groups with your coaches, you know, and ask them, hey, can I have some feedback? You know, this is how we've always run these things, but do you have any other ideas? Seek their advice, because they might have some criticism that they'd like to share, but they're kind of afraid to do it because they see you as this person that's high up here. But, you know, ask them for their advice and get them involved. Another thing as a leader, it's okay to ask your coaches for help. So this is something that's been hard for me personally, because here I am, I want to be this coach that everybody looks up for, and it's hard for me to ask for help. It's hard for me to ask for help in my personal life too. But sometimes it's okay to ask your coach, hey, do you mind filling in this challenge group for a while, you know, so they can really step up. Give the people the opportunity to step up and lead, because if you're doing everything, they'll never have the chance to develop into a leader. Mentor the people who really want to run with this business one-on-one. Again, this business is something that I'm my own business owner, you're your own business owner, everybody is their own business owner. But it's my goal to help the people that want to work the business. But I want to work with the willing. So you should work with the willing. So if you have somebody who's told you that they want to work the business and they've kind of been absent and haven't really done the actions or haven't completed the training or scheduled a getting started right call with you, their actions show that they don't really care. So what I would do is I would message them, check in, ask them questions, see where their goals are, see if things have changed. And if they still don't meet the expectations, or if they still don't plug in like they say they're going to do, they say, okay, yeah, I still really want to do this. I'm going to complete the 7-day training, no problem. And you're like, great, I'll check in with you later. And if you check in and they haven't still completed that, they're not making their business a priority, so it's not up to you to chase them around and force them to do it. They're grown up, they're running their own business, they have to complete the tasks. You have the tools to give them, but if they don't plug into the tools, then that's not your fault and you can't force them. Again, we're not somebody's manager. We give them the tools that they need and help them and serve them in every way we can, but we can't force them to do it if they don't want to do that. I would like you to make a list of top qualities that you would like coaches on your team to have. So some of those things might be that you want somebody to be hardworking or self-motivated or fun. Whatever those coaches, whatever environment you want your coaches to have and those qualities that you hope that they would have, make a list of those and post them in the on the thread here. And then put an asterisk by the qualities that you're personally struggling with and you need to work on. So again, if you're struggling with, if you want your coaches to have really good organization and be organized, but that's something that you're struggling with in your personal coaching business, you need to model organization so you can help your coaches be organized. So if you're struggling with it, that's something that you need to work on as well. But at the end of the day, love your coaches. Love them where they are, not where you want them to go. Love them for who they are, not for who you want them to be. And serve them as much as possible. Be the coach to your coaches that you wish your coach would have been to you. So that is my best advice. If your coach did things and you didn't really like the way things were done and you wish it had been done a different way, you have the opportunity to do it the way you want to. So be the coach that you wish you had. Talk to you guys later.